Lesson 17. The Edelmen come from a long line of writers. Most famous among them are the siblings Edelgrim, who wrote horrifically gruesome fairy tales in 18th century Bavaria. Their most famous tale, Jonsel and Morettel, is about a brother and sister who were abandoned in the woods by their penniless parents. Jonsel and Morettel wandered through the woods until their stomachs began to rumble with hunger. Their hunger pains became unbearable, but soon they came upon a quaint little cottage which appeared to them as a candy house due to hunger hallucinations. As Jonsel and Morettel gnawed through wood and brick, they were approached by the cottage's owner, a hideous old witch, who invited them in for a meal. The witch poked and prodded Jonsel and Morettel, noting that the brother and sister looked good enough to eat. Jonsel and Morettel's hunger grew to a festering madness, and they began tearing apart the cottage, demanding to be fed. The witch tried to calm the siblings with her fridge's meager offerings, but nothing could stop their frenzy. Blinded by their insatiable hunger and enraged by the witch's false promise of a meal, Jonsel and Morettel did what they had to. They ate the witch. The moral of the story is, you can eat your way out of any situation. The most controversial of all the Edelgrim tales is the story of the Wolf Party, which begins, unsurprisingly, with hungry siblings walking through the woods. These siblings were happy to come across a bush full of plump berries, which they ate by the handful. On their way back home, they came across a peculiar sign for a wolf celebration. As they'd never been to a wolf celebration before, they decided to continue on. A few hundred yards from the sign, the siblings came upon a clearing full of well-dressed wolves enjoying a lavish party. The wolves graciously welcomed the siblings with hugs and handshakes. Then, some especially dapper wolves invited the siblings to join them for a very special wolfy waltz. All the dancing made the siblings parched and famished, so they stopped to try out the party punch and eat some delicate hors d'oeuvres made with exotic meats. After all the dancing, the punch, and the food, the siblings became very tired. The wolves, being such good party hosts, showed the siblings to a warm, cozy bed. Early the next morning, the siblings awoke in great agony. They were covered in bite marks and scratches. As the siblings took stock of the situation, they realized the berries they had eaten were not just any berries, but berries so poisonous that a single one could make someone hallucinate for hours. What they believed to be handshakes and hugging from gracious wolves was, in fact, repeated maulings. The very special wolfy waltz was no waltz at all, but more maulings. And the party punch and hors d'oeuvres were nothing more than a pool of blood and the entrails of the wolves' past victims, both animal and human alike. The siblings quietly snuck past the sleeping wolves and made their way back to their home. As they passed the sign that initially tempted them, they realized its true message, which was not an invitation to a wolf celebration at all. The moral of the story is, never attend a wolf party. They're not a thing, idiot.